Comes Rashid again. That's a little bit shorter, and it's punched through mid-on. And they take a single. Shoaib moves on to 26. And the score is 205 for 4. You should be up and running again on Facebook Live if you're watching us through Cricket Tracker. Welcome, it's great to have you, and hope some of you have stayed with us all day.
Indeed. Well, I'll take back over. Rashid is into the attack. He gets the ball through to the end now, doesn't he? Zoots on. It's a bit of a top spinner, flat and fast. No, and Sarfar's going to pull it out square leg, and there's a single.
No, I don't think he does. He bowls this. This is his 8th
44th,
over.
46th and 48th.
So there's still a 49th and 50th to be bowled. Yeah. Well, but is he saving Mujib for that last over?
Well, they've got to try and win it before then, haven't they, if you're Afghanistan? That's the thing. That's what I was saying a few overs ago. Get Rashid on.
And they're quite a long way behind now, aren't they? That's a googly by Rashid. And Malik leaves it. Can't afford to leave balls now. It's taken by Shazad and there's no run.
Yeah, there's been a Murta says Najbullah has a very pleasing name, and B was the one who ran out Imam. Well, he's done something, but a specialist bat at 7 seems like a luxury in an ODI. Yes, I mean he's down as an off-break bowler, but he's done very little of that in one-day internationals.
It's flatter, and Shoaib Malik just plays it into the leg side. They think about 1, they're going to go back for 2. Is the ball going to come in? No, it's a throw direct at the stumps, misses. It's fielded. It's good running by the Pakistani batsman. Malik gets back for 2.
Was that some sort of top spinner, do you think? I mean,
it was too short, wasn't he? Really fired it in quick,
he does bowl quick most of the time.
He bowls very flat, doesn't he? There's not a lot of rip. There's not a lot of turn. There's enough to get edges normally. I suppose on a more turning wicket. I mean, it looks like a pretty flat track, doesn't it?
You don't really have time. I mean, you know how someone like Joe Root likes to play the spinners off the pitch. He likes to go back. You don't really have time to do that against Rashid.
You and I don't like that, Hendo.
No.
No. That's another googly. Shoaib Malik plays up, punches it up again to a long on. They get a single.
Bertus de Jong says to Cricketing View and to us about the notion of carrying points through from the first group stage rather defeats the point, doesn't it? The whole idea is to max out India-Pakistan games. Yeah, it's basically an India-Pakistan bilateral series with a few other people invited along on the periphery.
Why they just don't organise a bloody test series?
I'll tell you who else would love to be there. UAE themselves.
Well, Dougie Brown.
Our friend Dougie Brown.
Well, yeah. Well, the run rate's gone up over 8 now. Marginally, 6 overs left.
It's going to be
49 required.
It's going to be close.
It is going to be close.
Deco, if you're listening.
Hashim Malik has joined us on Twitter and gives us a thumbs up emoji. Thumbs back to you. Also to Bertus de Jong, he's thumbed it up as well. And so...
Good name, that, Bertus de Jong.
It's a great name, isn't it?
Sounds like he should be some sort of... well, psychotherapist.
What's happened, Ben?
No,
What's
just
up?
go down to the bottom and go back to tweet. That was our video, but it's ended, isn't it? Yeah, so Gulbadin is back in. He's got 1 over left.
This man.
Click on that in the middle. Just click on the big thing. That's it.
Gulbad's first love was only lifting weights. Logar province is his homeland. I guess at bodybuilding he just wasn't great, so someone put a cricket bat in his hand. Gulbadin, ask his dad, he'll go on. Whoa, la la, Mr. Knight goes on.
Well, you know that was a Lennon McCartney song, and we mentioned it was Beatles songs, but can you remember who did the successful single version of it in the very, very early 70s?
God, no.
No. I'm afraid I can't.
Who?
Marmalade. Marmalade.
It's
Do you not remember Marmalade?
I'm never one for saying I don't remember it because I wasn't born then, but...
You weren't born then.
You weren't born then.
Until 72. Yeah. So it depends how early in the 70s it was. Anyway.
Gulbadin is in. Ooh, straight to mid-wicket. There's a throw at the bowler's end, but he set off straight away. And they get through for the single. You've got to feel that there could be a run out here. They've got to go for everything, haven't they?
Yep.
I thought there was some swing in that delivery. It was a full toss in the end, but I thought that swung quite sharply.
It's good running because he was in, whether it hit direct hit or not. He hit straight to the fielder. Just be a little bit quicker on their pick up and throws, doesn't they? Safra, 6 off 9, is facing up. Gulbadin is in, and it's heaved, slower ball, heaved at by Safra, straight again. Oh dear, that would have been a run out. But the throw was a little bit wild. Gulbadin tried to pat it back onto the stumps. He knocked the stumps with his elbows. The lights went off, and Sarfraz was short when that happened. If it had been the ball, he would have been out. But No way.
Man, made him have to dive in the end. I mean,
Well,
he hit
you
that so
kind of
hard,
feel there's
didn't
one
he?
coming here, and
Well,
they're running every time they hit it straight to the fielders.
You do. I mean, that really highlights their state of mind at the moment.
Yeah.
They're not quite in panic mode, but they ain't far off.
No.
I'm wondering, though, also, that was one of the occasions when he might have been better to be behind the stumps rather than in front of the stumps receiving the ball there. He'd have seen it all happening in front of him in a way,
Yes.
rather than...
And the ball might have gone on to hit the stumps.
Yeah.
It was not far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't have much time to think about it, mind.
Yeah, I didn't, absolutely. But you just got a sense that perhaps if he'd been behind the stumps there, he would have been in a better position. So not all the sort of new skills that come into the game work all the time.
No, true.
You know.
Well, Goulding's at end of his run. 2 balls in this over gone. 2 singles off them. It's not enough. They need boundaries, really. At least 1 and over, you'd have thought. Goulding up to the crease. Bowls down leg side to go wide. No, you can't bowl down there, mate.
Yeah, that's very disappointing for them. Cricketing View says true in reference to Bertus de Jong's point about this being a sort of an India-Pakistan what's the word I'm looking for?
Competition.
Frenzy? No. Well, yeah, no, I was looking for something a bit more descriptive. But anyway, he says true, though, India-Pakistan hasn't been much to write home about recently.
Wide.
Well, yeah, they want to get it in all the time. What they want to do is a bloody test series. That's a full toss on the outside of the off stump. Should have gone for 4. Good bit of fielding at point. They will get through for a single, one presumes. But it was a poor ball, and it was well hit, and it's a good bit of fielding. It looks like a bit of pain there.
Yeah, Messi Jazz hasn't quite gone to bed. He's been alerted by my erroneous description of marmalade. He says, not the 70s, Hendo. It was 1968 when they recorded that. We're all older than we thought. Good night. Thank you and good night.
You've already said good night once, though,
yeah,
Jeff.
Messi. You'll be lured back for the... You
Why
want to know what's going to happen in this game, Messi?
You weren't even in the GPL, man. A lot of people don't like the ODIs for GPL. Slower ball on middle stump. Sarfraz just drops it out the offside, and there is a single.
You know that, Messers, that we occasionally broadcast sort of whistles that only you can hear, like your dogs.
Suddenly, just you're lying in bed, half asleep, and you'll suddenly find yourself moving back to the lounge.
It's 3:45 a.m.
Oh my God!
It's tomorrow's Saturday. Aren't you
It is.
retired? Is it Messi retired? Close to it.
Yeah, I think. Well,
You're chilling out.
He did mention something about work earlier.
You've got a big fat house, and that's going to be a wide. Oh, he went across though. It's going to be a wide. It's going to be a wide. 2 wides in the over. Can't bowl wides, mate. Can't bowl wides. 43 required off 32.
There's been a murder. There's been a murder. Says, is it just me, or is Gulbuddin Naib rather handsome? They're all handsome in their own way, aren't
Pause.
they? Mohammed Shahzad.
Oh, you're telling me I'm handsome? That's good to know.
No.
My wife loves me. I love my wife. That's good enough. I've got 3 kids. I'll do.
Very good.
My life's work is required. It's done.
It's kind of like a robot. It's in there. That little. It's a sort of. It will self-destruct in 5 seconds. That
I'll tell you what,
phrase from the
Knuckle.
2 balls left in the over. Sarfraz. Nope, that's Malik. Sorry, Shoaib Malik plays that up to mid on, long on. Najeeb's down there, and he gets a single.
If we're doing man crushes, who's it? Knuckle said.
Gulbuddin Naib.
Yeah, Hassan Ali.
Hassan Ali.
He's a handsome man, isn't he? Not so much when he does that bomb celebration, but
Aren't you more of Vincent van der Bijl kind of guy?
Who?
of course you are.
Oh, we saw.
Last ball of the over. Sarfraz has not done. Dr. Kashif is not going to be happy. He's gone back to smash that through the offside. It's a slower ball. It looped up. He was through his shot too early, and it's just crashed into the stumps. I mean, it's a full toss essentially, but it's a slower ball. And Sarfraz threw his shot too early. He's gone. Pakistan are in trouble here. 216 for 5.
And this might be true of Sarfraz's captaincy also.
So get on your bike and take a hike right out of here. Your history. No good for me. No good for me. Your history. Nah, 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 nah.
Now it gets a bit trickier for Pakistan, one feels. Well, Shoaib's still there, so he can finish the game off on his own, really.
Yeah, but
But
I
it's
mean,
tough ask from
well,
him.
Sarfraz was kind of crucial to the equation in my mind. Yeah, it was quite a clever piece of bowling. And it was his final ball of the match.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a bonus
Finally
that
gets
is.
a wicket.
Yeah.
1 for 61.
I wonder what Knuckles' feeling at the moment. He fancies him, and he's taking the ball off with his last ball of his spell.
He's exuding man love.
He just gets better looking by the delivery. Evil Scooter says, nope, it's not just you. He likes him. There's an absolute crazy man love there for Gulbadin.
Oh. What about Hassan Ali?
Would you turn for Gulbadin?
I'd turn for Jadeja.
Really?
We'll get lost in that hair, wouldn't you?
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know who I'd turn for.
I wouldn't turn for no one.
I barely turn for a second run.
I'd turn for a better night's sleep, as I tell my wife.
Well, a new batsman is in, and it is that man we were talking about just a minute ago.
If you're blue and you don't know where you get the runs, the answer is a guy called Steve.
Oh dear.
He just missed that, didn't
We-
He just missed it.
In case you're wondering how to interpret those sighs of disappointment, he's basically just missed a straight one. We're seeing a replay of Sarfraz getting out there. He just missed a full bunger, and it hit his middle stump halfway up.
He did
Someone
play
else
that-
would have swung it into the bleachers back.
Oh, Majib's back with one
Carapana.
over to go. He's only got one over, 2 for 30. Oh, who's going to bowl the last over today? Is it going to be Rashid? He's just swapping these two around, isn't he?
Yeah.
Majib one over, Rashid another
quite
over.
I love it.
It's quite smart.
Well, it is.
As long as they can get it the ball on the spot.
As long as they can retain control, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, and they seem to be focused on it. So,
So Rashid now will bowl the
or may well.
two of the last 4 overs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Along with Aftab.
One tip, one hand, Edges and Sledges says there's no feeling quite like turning in to catch the last 5 overs of what looks like a thriller, only to hear conversation about man crushes. Yeah, but I mean that's the part of the drama, isn't it?
Man crushes. Obviously.
Man crushes. I mean, you know, every great performance has to have a leading man, doesn't it? Or a leading hero.
Yeah. And in situations of,
I'd like to think of myself.
heightened drama,
I'd like to think of myself as a leading man.
Leading. What exactly? A
Leading-
strange cult.
Yes.
leading
Off the edge of a cliff.
leading a bull by a nose ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do. Majib. I love his haircut. It's a little wavy on top, shorter sides. He's up to the crease, and his first ball. Shoaib still there, and he just knocks that down to long on. There's no running. He just needs a bit of support, really, at the other end, doesn't he?
Yeah, I
He's got
kind of.
33 or 34.
I'm the one who's got to make the next phone call to Dr. Ansari, and I fear the wrath.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it.
I fear the wrath if Pakistan don't make it.
The wrath of Ansari.
Yeah, it's. I mean, in one sense, you know, it'll be more passionate, I suspect.
It's off the back foot, forced by
Asif Ali.
Asif Ali. I was going to say, then the start took too long to go from player to player. Gets a single behind square on the offside, and Shoaib Malik's back on strike.
No, you're absolutely right there. They need a boundary. 40 off 28. I mean, it's almost up at 10 and over now, isn't it?
It is.
They've got to have 2 or 3 big hits now.
And they need some big hits. The pitch isn't conducive to big hits. It's
No.
down the leg side, and it's clipped out towards mid-wicket. There's a man out there on the boundary. I think about a second, but it's not there.
Well, you've only got 2 more overs of pace, I think, from Aftab. Sorry,
Yeah.
Aftab Alam.
Sarfraz is looking very wistful.
Oh, he's got a little tear below his right
I
eye
think
as
that's
well.
Sweat.
I know, but
it looks like
allow
a
me
tear.
the poetry.
Okay. All right. Majib, he's got 3 balls left in his spell, 2 for 33. It's pretty fucking good going. Afghanistan look hopeful, and they should do, but you've got to keep it tight still. You've got to go right through to the end, haven't you? Clipped into the leg side, and Nasif can't get a single, so every time they don't get a single, you've got to get at least a single off every ball, really, here when you're this far behind. And
So
the bad ball has to go for 4 or 6. And that's heaved at by Asif. And it bounces off his foot out into the offside. I think Shoaib was setting off for a single, trying to grab, steal one, but he probably realised that he might get stranded at the other end.
I'll tell you what you're seeing here. From Afghanistan, high alert, wide awakeness, and
Yeah.
from Pakistan,
Panic.
growing panic.
Yeah, there is definitely growing panic. You can feel it. It's not the end of the road though, so they shouldn't really panic that much. Oh God! I don't know how he didn't get bowled there. That's a beautiful bowl on Majib. It seemed to skid off the surface and kick a little bit. I think it missed the bat, didn't it? It went over the top of middle stump.
Missed everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
And
what, just
Shazad couldn't take it above the stumps. It wouldn't have been a stumping chance anyway. I don't think he touched it. So
three
nothing
singles
was lost, but three singles off that over.
Oh no!
No, he
played
got
down
a
to the
bat on.
ground.
He jabbed it onto the bat, down into the ground. It just missed leg stump, and cannoned off Shazad down to the leg side.
It's death or glory now, though, for Pakistan, I think, because 39 required of 4. I mean, you've got to have 2 big hits and over, really. You've got to have at least 1 4, 1 6, and then pick up the singles. It's so difficult for Asif Ali, relatively inexperienced, coming in at this stage against an attack that takes pace off the ball on a slow pitch.
They've got to take some chances against.
They have
Rashid Khan
basically.
now.
They have just
And
basically.
that is not an easy thing to do,
No,
is it?
no, not at all. So it's yeah.
Is that the captain? I presume
Yes,
it is.
Afghan. Yeah, Afghan. Yeah.
He's a bit chinless.
Chinless. What do you mean?
Yeah, I reckon so. He reminds me of Dan.
Chinless. What do you mean chinless?
Anyway, he's got an oval face without much of a strong chin.
Well, you like a strong chin on a man.
I like a strong chin.
Oh, there's too
We're
much.
all opening up
There's so
today.
much man love. Hassan Ali says there's been a murder. He doesn't awaken my heterosexual man love, but he seems like a good lad. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I think we should.
I like a bad boy knuckle. What can I say?
Well, Rashid's going to bowl his penultimate over.
Yep, he's got 2 left, which is good.
I do feel sad. It's in the same way that I feel this is a great moment for Afghanistani cricket potentially.
Rashid Khan, yes please, the best off-stump bowler in the whole silly world, yeah. Rashid Khan, yes please, what you gonna do when he bowls to you, yeah.
First ball is a flat. What looks like a top spinner, probably a standard leg spinner, but Show can only play it out to count corner along the ground, and they get a single.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, he may be better off just pinging the ball at half trackers,
Well-
as they're going to have to get into position to and absolutely heave it in the way that Rohit Sharma does so well.
Yeah.
That's got to be the shot. I mean, if he throws it up, they've got the chance of
Well, you
launching
need
it down
it
the ground.
and on a pitch like this.
Yeah.
If you do dig it into the pitch, it might bite. It might do something weird. It might
Yeah.
just, the bounce is a bit variable. You've got to make your own running, haven't you?
Yeah,
So
I
Are they
think he
playing
knows
on
that.
worn pitches as well? This doesn't look like a worn pitch, actually. Flang! Oh, well, hello. Asif Ali's just tonks that back into the crowd. He gets himself a 6. He's not going to die trying.
Number of the day really hops and kicks. The number of the day is 666.
And that wouldn't happen as a spinner. I mean,
funny-
there is
yeah.
the opportunity to plant your foot and just hit through the line.
Well, that was my thinking. I think
Funny,
Rashid. I think Rashid got that wrong. Really, he gave that too much air by his standards, and he took advantage. 96-meter shot. That's a big slog
Big
sweep.
hit,
That
yeah.
is a big slog sweep.
Actually, when he hits a hard ball as well, if I remember rightly. He's not a bad slogger. He's got to go again. This one has gone up. This one hasn't gone far enough. Is there going to be someone underneath it? There is indeed, and it's out. Asif Ali has hit at 6. It's 6 and out. He's gone 2-2-6 for 6. They got 4 wickets left. Each one hits a 6. You're nearly there.
This is the exciting game we've been waiting for.
This is the exciting game we've been waiting for. Something's happening here.
I still have to say that my money would be on Afghanistan at this point. You wouldn't? You don't? You fancy Pakistan?
Genuinely, at this moment, I have no interest in betting. I've got friends who are on both sides. I'm just enjoying the game.
Norfolk Cricket Society says, perfect Friday evening, Adnams Ghost Ship and Guerrilla Cricket in the Asia Cup, Afghanistan v Pakistan.
Well, it's pretty much
Nice,
even.
that ghost ship, isn't it?
At the bookies, it's 10 to 11 both sides. 11 to 10.
Yeah.
on.
So when they make it a coin toss, they basically make both sides slightly odds on. So there's your bookie's margin.
So is it 10 to 11 as opposed to 11 to 10?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
11 to 10 on. Yeah, basically.
It's like it's the same odds you get. You can bet on who wins the toss.
Right.
You literally can,
Okay.
seems ludicrous.
Mr. Asia Cup, Bhuvi Kumar's my man, says there's been a murder, but in world cricket, Liam Plunkett for what?
It's all coming out now, Knuckle.
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
It's
yes.
the beard and the square
Yeah,
shoulders,
he's been
isn't it?
keeping it very quiet for a while.
He's very
Anyway,
barrel-chested.
new
Mohamed
batsman.
Nawaz is new batsman. Have we got a jingle for him?
Yes, I'm sure. I was too busy thinking about who's next on my list. Yeah, hang on. Carry on.
Well,
You're in the middle when a wicket falls and the new guys are rising stars. Nawaz. He's an all-rounder with a heart of steel and he's called Mohamed Nawaz.
What's that? Oh, he's trying to work down the leg side, gets inside edge onto his pad, just drills back down the track, no run.
no, I like that. I don't know what that's based on, but I like it. Or maybe it's an original.
But it should have our Atif Nawaz just going in it at the end. Surely.
Yeah.
Rashid Khan's over. He caught. No, he didn't catch that. Can't have he bowled it. No, he didn't. He caught that last one. Didn't
No, he didn't. What are you talking
No.
about, Barry?
Oh.
He just bowled it.
That's played in the leg side and there's no run. It looked like him catching it
Well,
as
how
well.
could it be?
Oh, well,
How could it
exactly.
be at
It
long
couldn't-
on?
I'm just getting confused.
Yeah,
all right.
it's that time of night.
It's that time of night. It's been a long day, Hendo.
It's been a bloody long day, and it's not over yet.
No, we've got to do an interview.
We've still got an interview to do,
Yep.
and
It's going to be fuming if they lose this.
well, I don't think how he's going to be.
Maybe good for the tournament.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, Afghanistan can
maybe.
get through to the final.
I think
Well,
that
I mean-
would be great for world cricket.
I mean,
reckon.
if Afghanistan do win this game, you've got to say that it's
Deserved.
odds on. Well, it's deserved, not just that, but it's odds on an India-Afghanistan final. I would say already.
Well, be yeah, I don't know. That's full and clipped into the leg side by Malik. They're going to think about two. They're
Oh,
going
they
to come
do.
back for two.
Well run.
It's not a direct hit, is it? I think the keeper took the bails with his gloves there before the ball arrived. Would be my surmise. No one's looking at it, and I think they got back for two.
Yeah, it's absolutely game over. If they lose tonight, and then they got, I mean, the pressure on them again. Well, I say the pressure on them,
they
but
could slaughter India like they did
they
in the final of
could.
the
I mean,
ICC.
but, in a sense, you feel like that's the best option when all expectation has gone. that they will actually free them up enough to play their sort of more natural game, I suppose.
Yeah.
Maybe it will.
29 needed off 18,
Wow.
3 overs to go.
It's 10 and over. Basically what it is
Yeah.
for 3 overs. Wow.
Yeah.
What a game. This is brilliant.
It is.
I'm really excited.
Well, it's a better game in a sense because it's one of the underdogs in Afghanistan, isn't it? And this will be, a big achievement to beat Pakistan. It'll be their first win over them in ODIs. Fair enough, they've only played two against them before. But what a statement it makes. What a statement it makes ahead of next year's World Cup.
I just think it's such a great story, the way Afghanistan have risen to where they are now in the world game.
Well, that's right.
And it can sound patronising. Oh, it's great to see these teams go. But, they are competing with some of the best sides in the world. They are, therefore, one of the best sides in the world.
Yeah, no, I mean, certainly at this in short form cricket, I mean, I think that's kind of what they've been brought up on, really, isn't it? I mean, a lot of their players started that way. A few of them got into the IPL.
I think
it's a lot more of an even field in a limited overs game than it is over a Test match. I mean, that does really sort them in from the boys. So,
change of bowling again. It's back to pace. Now they've really got to get. This is where they've got to get the runs, I think, from Aftab's 2 overs. They've got to get the bulk of the runs.
Aftab alone, you from Afghanistan, but damn if I see you bowling right in front on. Aftab alone, ain't been playing too long, but I'll be damned if you take another wicket, my man.
Ooh.
he's around the wicket, and Nawaz can only drive it back to the bowler. There's no run there. It's a dot ball
Precious,
to start with.
precious
The
dot.
pressure's building.
He's got to get off strike, and the troubling thing is that Malik can't get any of the strike at the moment.
No, and the other problem is it's very difficult to hit boundaries, isn't it? I mean,
It
it's
is.
very difficult to get enough pace on the ball to get it over the out into the outfield, miss a fielder, and get to the boundary.
You've got to find a way of, you've got to find a way of just finding the gap. You've got to hit it as hard as you can, and get your placement absolutely right. That is really what Rashid Khan did in the game yesterday against Bangladesh, picking the spot all the time.
Have to have around the wicket. Slashed at by Nawaz. He doesn't really time it. He'll go off down for long on. He'll get a single. Shoaib will get on strike though.
Almost
37 off 37.
almost felt there as he jogged up the other end there, Mohamed Nawaz, the sort of body language didn't look good.
I know we've got a few Eagles-based jingles in the old machine there. I'm not sure we've got Desperado, but if we did, I'd want to play it right now.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of very pensive, tense Pakistan fans there. You feel for them. I feel for Atif Nawaz. I feel for Taz.
Nah. I'm with you, Grubby. It's a bigger story that Afghanistan win, really, isn't it?
Oh, it's a bigger story, unquestionably, yeah.
It's a close game. Could go either way still.
Well, they're
couple
here.
of big hits and they're back in it. I mean, 2 sixes.
Whatever you say about rankings, they're actually taking on and possibly beating the world champions here.
Yeah, well, the ICC champions. Well, yeah, that's what you could say. The best 8 teams in the world played the Champions Trophy.
Yep. We have Cricketing View. He has a point to make about the 10-team World Cup. I'll do it after this ball.
Oh, yes. It's a shit idea. I hope you're agreeing with me, Cricketing View.
I think he is, pretty much.
Good. See, we agree now. Now that you aren't playing in England anymore.
Suddenly all this peace.
And you don't have to deal with English conditions. We can be civil. That's driven hard. But there is a man well stationed actually at extra cover, not at sort of more square cover.
Yeah.
That's good stationing because that was hit pretty hard. And if he'd have been at cover, I don't think he'd have gone around. But the man is out there at deep extra.
Yeah, you felt that was
hit straight to him, and you thought that was going to be 4.
You did,
because
yeah.
he was there. It's only 2.
26 off 15. 26.
It's going to lead to about, isn't it? It's going to lead to about 18, 19 off the last over, which is funny enough what Craig Brathwaite did against us.
Stop it.
It was 19 off the last
Craig
over.
Brathwaite, do you mean?
It was very entertaining.
Not Craig Brathwaite.
Craig Brathwaite.
No,
wasn't it?
Carlos.
Oh,
Carlos.
Carlos Brathwaite. Are they brothers? I don't know.
No.
That's full by Aftab and Sherman. It can't get it away. Just digs it into the ground, dribbles out on the offside. They get a single. Not enough.
He says 10-team World Cup 2019. Afghanistan could have beaten 3 test playing teams in 3 consecutive games in 3 overs time. Ireland had a great test debut. The ICC has done so well with the smaller teams, but it screwed them when it comes to the World Cup in 2019.
It does. I mean, the World Cup of cricket has to go.
Makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense. It's 6 weeks of bullshit. Secondly, it needs to be more along the lines of a football World Cup. It needs to be about little teams getting into it and the possibility of giant killing and all that kind of crap that goes along with World Cups. They come along once every 4 years. You've got to have excitement and the possibilities about it. And at the moment, it's just bringing back the normality of bullshit. Heave! That's going to go all the way. That's a big, big 6, I think. Is it? No.
Yes.
It is. Yeah, it is. Just about, actually. I thought we'd gone further than that. And Nawaz heaves that one over deep cow. And 19 off 13, suddenly that brings it down.
I didn't see that coming, I must admit.
No.
That was a fabulous shot. He really got hold of that.
It's funny, isn't it, when you watch games like we've seen today, and a 6 is a rarity. When you see one, and particularly one that sort of enormous, it sort of enhances its value.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, totally go along with that.
Got to try and get it in the slot, really, haven't you?
So what's that, down to 19, is it?
And Aftab will have to bowl the last over.
They've got a chance.
Yep, they have indeed. Last ball of the over is into the pads. It'll dribble out in the offside, and they've got a symbol. Nawaz will retain strike. They require 18 off 2, so 9 and over to win.
Yeah, well,
Game of the tournament.
That made a big difference, that 6. It really did. I still fancy Afghanistan sort of 60 to 40 here. Perhaps a little bit more, 65 to 35. I would say, yeah.
I would take Pakistan right now.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Ooh, well, this is going to add a little bit of frisson to the end of the day.
So
I'll bet you a cup of tea, Hendo.
The bookies have Afghanistan 6 to 4, Pakistan at 15 to 8 on.
So I can't work that out. What's it mean?
15 to 8 on means
Who's best? Who's doing well? Who's going to win?
Pakistan a clear favourite.
Pakistan
really?
Needed 2 to 1 on.
Really?
But if that's how you make your money. If you bet, you go, well, I think the market's got it wrong, and you go with your team.
Chris Quire says, I've only been dipping in and out today, a bit like Man Love, but I have thoroughly enjoyed the coverage. Good ODI cricket makes for a good day's entertainment. Yeah, good ODI cricket. Poor ODI cricket makes for a rather turgid 8 hours.
Indeed.
Sat on our asses. So, yeah, we're grateful for a game that's going down to the wire.
Yeah. Yeah, it is the game that the tournament needed, I think.
Any more cliches?
I'm sure we can think of a few.
There must be a few
Sorry, I
more.
was.
Sorry, I thought you were doing that in a sort of ironic, cliched way. No, I didn't realise I was upsetting
No,
you
it
by
was
saying
genuinely.
that.
That's me talking normally.
Well, we've had sixes in the last 2 overs. So another of those in this over. Oh, this is fun. But think of the bitten nails there are on that ground.
Heaved. There's 2 down leg side. Rashid. Nawaz pulls it out to square leg. They'll just get the 1 though.
There's a little bit of, I'd say 1 or 2 slight verbals there from Rashid Khan, perhaps, or certainly giving a bit of a sort of stare to Mohammed Nawaz as he jogged up to the other end.
Also, has Shoaib Malik got a load of product in his hair, or is it just that hot?
I think it is that hot. I think it is that humid.
I think it's both. I think he's got a bit of product in
Oh,
his
it could
hair,
be.
and he's sweated on it.
And it's
He
leaking.
hasn't had a lot of strike recently either, has he?
No, he hasn't. That's his problem. You know,
It's tense.
you want to
Everyone's,
feel bad on ball the whole time, don't you?
A lot of people in the crowd
Looking very tense.
nervously twitching hair and
Rashid
biting nails.
down the track comes Shoaib Malik, tries to heave it over the leg side. Well, gets an inside half of the back, goes out to deep cow, gets himself a single, shakes his head at the bowler's end.
Yeah, good movement down the wicket. I mean, he did shank it a little bit, but I think he was looking for that gap towards cow, somewhere between deep mid wicket and long on. Just dragged it a little bit too much.
This would be fast and flat if I was Rashid now. I wouldn't be tossing anything up.
No.
That's
Would
the
you
prob-
not to the
I mean,
lesser batsman?
Well, no, it's a problem at the end of the game. You really don't. Well, he's bowled him. You really don't want to be doing that. Nawaz gives it a big heave, misses it, and his middle stump gets tumped. And Rashid is giving a little finger wave, going, "Yeah, I got a wicket." He's got 3 for 40. He's got 3 balls left. Sarfraz looks a bit pained now.
Well, he just
new batsman has to come in and face him straight up.
Yeah,
This could be 2 dot balls.
He swallowed very nervously there. The old Adam's apple was doing its thing.
Give him a jingle.
Right now, it's the end of you and me.
Anyone see the sort of slightly Jose Mourinho thing going on with Rashid Khan? Can you just see a
Well, I can see that. It's the beard. He's got a
Yeah, the
very
sharp
shaped
features,
beard.
hasn't
Sharp
it?
beard.
I'll tell you who he reminds me of a bit. Any of our listeners who watch British TV, and if you ever watched The Last Leg on Channel 4.
Oh, I know the guy you mean. Yes.
Alex Brooker.
Yeah.
He looks like
absolutely.
Alex Brooker.
Yeah.
No, I have to say that actually Rashid Khan looks younger with a beard than he does without.
Well, yeah. I mean, he just knew what to bowl then, didn't he?
Yeah.
As he said, he wasn't going to toss it up. It was quick. It was
You
flat.
can't.
It was straight.
The problem is if you toss it up, yeah, you could beat the batsman and get the wicket, but it's also easier to tump out the ground. You're better off just bowling flat darts.
Yep.
Well, I'd like to see that delivery again. I'm not sure.
It didn't then do anything. Really.
No, it didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
It was just flat and fast, and he was trying to heave it.
You've
Yeah.
just got to generate all the pace, haven't you? You've got to cross bat it. You've really got to put timing, body, muscle into the shot.
A little bit of heart and soul.
A little bit of heart and soul.
As Carol Decker used to say in the 80s.
So yeah, that was on that album with what was it, China in Your Hand, wasn't it?
16 off 9. Who's this coming to the crease? It is Hassan Ali. Now we know he can launch.
Can we have the remix, please?
150 in ODIs, although an average of only 9.9. Doobie-doo. Hassan Ali. Doobie-doo. Doobie-doo. Doobie-doo.
Oh. Heaved! I don't think he's got enough on that. That's gone out to deep
Oh, I
cow.
think
He has got enough on it. Oh my word, he's got a 6. First ball, Hassan Ali.
Doobie-doo.
600% strike rate.
Oh, this is fabulous. 10 off 8. What
10
a
off
game.
8. 8 balls left.
Oh, they're jumping in the crowd. They're absolutely ecstatic for the moment. The Pakistan fans. It's not all done, though. But what a shot that is.
He just lamped it, heaved it. He just took a stance and went through the line.
He did. Psychologically and physically.
Next ball. He tries the same again. He misses it, though, and the bails are taken. 10 required off 7.
Alex Brooker's not happy.
No, it's funny, actually. He was very cocky when he got that wicket, wasn't he? Then he was hit for 6, and there was a different visage that he gave to. Yeah, he was thinking he was the hero just for a moment. A ball later, he was feeling Not
Less
quite
so.
0,
Well,
but
as Charlie Brown used to say,
Last ball of his spell. It's another heave. It's another googly. And he misses it, does Hassan Ali. It goes through to the keeper, and there is required 10 off the last over. He's not happy, but 10 off 6 is not easy. 10 balls.
What was it the Aussies say? He's dirty with himself.
Cricketing View says, not really disagreement. It's Needle. It was just me offering it. We probably agree about most things.
Yeah. I'm glad you've chilled out
It's
now.
boring when you agree with everything.
Oh, of course. Who needs world peace?
It's just. I'm sorry, Cricketing View. It's just the
World
way it
Peace
goes.
Day.
You know, I don't.
Oh, it is World Peace Day, yeah. Right.
I don't think India doctor pitches. I just think that's the way pitches are in India, and we're shit at playing them. And I think the transverse is true. Although it has to be said, I thought that India had the best bowling attack they've had in England for a long while this year, and it quite easily
They were very good, but
there were 2 tests that could have gone the other way, and it could have been 3.
Completely.
Could have been 3-1 going into the last test in India's. You know, it just happened to go that way.
So it's Aftab Alam to bowl the final over, bowling to Shoaib Malik, 41 off 40. Oh, no one's sitting down.
and
No
10
one is sitting down.
10 of 6 required.
Well,
This
now,
is
with the fact that the wicket is slow, I wouldn't be bowling anything on a length. I'll be trying to get everything up in the slot because I think it's very difficult to get underneath it and get it over.
and as a batsman, I'd be looking to sweep or lap.
Oh, I do feel. I mean, you know, we sit here and we love cricket and we enjoy the competition, and you know, there's the ups and downs. But looking at poor old Sarfaraz Ahmed at the moment, he looks like a man with every burden you could imagine on his head,
Yep.
his shoulders. He looks like a man destroyed from the inside.
Oh,
It's
Eaten
it
up.
really does. He's eaten
His
up.
guts have been sucked out by a giant spider.
if his team wins this game, I don't know what he'll do.
Oh, he'll leap around.
I think
won't
he might fall onto the floor and weep into the turf.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We shall
I've
see.
got to say, my money's on. I've got money on Afghanistan, so obviously I want
Oh,
Afghanistan.
hang
to win.
on. You were talking about being. You thought Pakistan were going to do it.
No. I put money on Afghanistan.
Oh,
13
okay.
to 10.
Well, I still fancy Afghanistan. I think 10 off 6. He needed one good blow early in the over, don't you?
You need one good blow early, and it's got to be early in the over.
Yeah.
In the first 3 balls. I mean, you get 6 or 4 in the first. 4's not really going to cut it. Well, 4 and a 2 in the first 3 balls, requiring 4 for the last 3 balls. As long as you can get it down to a boundary, you're always going to shout, aren't you? Full driven by Shoaib. And they'll allow a single to get Shoaib off strike as he drives it out to extra cover. Just make sure there's no overthrows is the other thing. Mind you, Hassan Ali is the man who has nothing to lose, and he's going to give it a big swing, isn't he?
Yeah. He went very deep in
Didn't
his
they
crease.
run?
Did they not run?
No, they didn't run. You're right.
Ooh, he's hanging on there. I don't know if that was the right decision.
I don't think that's the right decision. I think Hassan Ali's got less to lose, less complicated mind, and just going to swing through the line. Aftab is in. No, you can't bowl
that's
there.
dreadful.
That's fucking poor, man.
That's awful.
That's 6 off that ball. 4 required off 4. Was the man the kid
Some
giving
little
a
kid
finger?
giving the finger there, I think. Yes,
He was. And a double
2
finger.
fingers.
Yeah. Can't bowl there, you twat.
Oh, that was a
That's-
dreadful delivery.
That was a dreadful delivery by Aftab.
I'll tell you one man who'd be very delighted with that, my friend Deco.
Yeah,
He
I'm
backed
sure
him
he
at
will.
1 to 2 earlier.
Well, they've
It's
got
not over yet, though.
It was a poor ball, though. It was dragged down and
down the leg
and
side.
down the leg side, yeah.
He just had to make sure he got his timing right. I mean, it was just standing there for him, and he had to just concentrate and make sure the swing connected well enough.
You can only put that down to nerves.
Yes.
If you start at the top of your run up thinking, I'm going to bowl a short ball,
Is that Tom Mooney?
you'd never do it, would you?
No,
No, it's not Tom Mooney.
it's Mickey Arthur
Of
there.
course, it's Mickey Arthur.
You're not very good at recognising cricketers, are you?
No, well, no. He's old.
Older ones.
Yes.
We've had Otis Gibson for Courtney Walsh today. I don't think that was you, though, to be fair.
No, it wasn't me. That was Tony.
Yeah.
I know what Courtney looks like. Aftab in. He's going to bowl. And it's down leg side. It's heaved. That's going to be 4. That's the game. That's done. Oh, my God. 2 balls in the last over. Sarfaraz is absolutely ecstatic. Could have gone either way. It's a poor couple of balls from Aftab, it has to be said. And Shoaib Malik has shown away his experience. Well, Dr. Kashif was saying maybe Shoaib's the man. And let's give him a jingle.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rashid Khan is down. He's the man left weeping, I think, which is very sad. I think it was him, unless it was Aftab Alam himself, who will feel that he's let down his nation. This is the cruelty of cricket, the cruelty of sport.
it shows what a close game it was, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it was.
That their reaction
They had a
is
real
so extreme.
opportunity there. That was a,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that was a poor couple of balls. I mean, they were both kind of ranked long hops, aiming down leg side and not great pace on a pretty slow wicket. They both sat up, and Shoaib Malik's a good batsman. He's been in there
Yeah.
for a while, and he took full toll.
Well, one was a rank long hop and one was fired down the leg side.
Yeah.
They went for 10 runs and they deserved it.
Well, when you got a man up inside the circle there on the 45 as well, I mean, you've got no margin for error,
No.
have you?
Got
And,
to be full well on
He'd
the
done
stump.
he would have done
he's
better coming round the way.
He's inconsolable, Aftab.
Oh,
This
well,
is really
listen.
sad.
Oh,
This is
goodness
really
me.
sad, and he's being comforted by the Pakistan batsman, which is nice to see. But you know, sport, it means so much, but it shouldn't mean so much in some respects, should
exactly.
it? I mean, that's just heartbreaking.
That
it
really is. That really is. Oh, poor lad.
He just can't show his face. He's put his face down into his shirt. He's inconsolable.
Yeah, everyone has a bad game, mate. You know.
Yeah, I know, but he was
Well,
that close to giving Afghanistan an absolutely incredibly memorable victory, and he's just got away with him in 2 balls. 2 balls.
2 balls. It's all it takes. Well, I mean, that is the thing about a last over. It's a hard one to bowl.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he was trying to do with that ball. Looking at it again, I think he was trying to bowl a leg cutter, but I'm not sure that was.
You think?
Yeah, and I don't.
You want to be
get
bowling
that.
it on middle and off and pretty full, basically.
You don't want to be trying to do something. We see Stuart Broad do that quite a lot, don't we? When he's trying to bowl the leg cutter, he'll fire it just down the leg side, and I think that's what he did there. And well, Shoaib Malik, I think it's gone to 50 while we were talking about that, because he was on 41. He hit a 6 and he hit a 4.
Yeah.
So he's got a 50.
And he has an average of 64 at the Asia Cup, and he was not out today. So
He's an
that's for a
experienced campaigner.
Yeah, he is.
He's
yeah.
a good player. I don't think he's one of the absolute bests.
No.
But what? Do you remember, I don't know if everyone's seen this in the 60s in a rugby league game, the final at Wembley. There's a bloke called Don Fox, and he had a kick to win the game right in front of the post. In the days where they used to take kicks with your toes like that, and he literally if he kicked it, they won the game. If he didn't kick it, they lost the game. And it was right in front of the post, and he just skewed it off like that. And the commentators went, "He's a poor lad," and that's kind of how I feel. Now,
well,
yeah.
I mean, it gives. It leaves us with a situation in which Pakistan, the India-Pakistan dream final, as they say, when Federer and Nadal normally are coming together in the tennis, they say the dream final, the final everyone wants.
It's not.
I'm not sure that it is, but it's the it's the final that they want.
sponsors
it's what the sponsors want, and what the ICC wants, or the Asian Cricket Council. So we're not too far away from that. Maybe. Evil Scooter says this has been fantastic, guys. Great stuff. Until Sunday, indeed, until Sunday, when we will be here again for India versus Pakistan.
Now it's set up, isn't it?
Oh wow, it really is. It really is, and they'll take confidence in having chased it down under pressure. Surely, this is the thing. When they went out against India on Wednesday, they were almost consumed by the pressure. Now they will realise that in a tight situation, they can do what they need to do.
Well, we were saying this earlier that in the ICC Championship last year, England were great until they came up against Pakistan. India were great until they came up against Pakistan, and neither side had really had a close game. Not really had to battle. So this is, in a way, this sort of is better preparation for Pakistan than India just breezing through the tournament.
Yeah, of course. And we've got the game that we wanted, and in a way, it didn't go quite as close to the wire as we thought it was going to go with those 2 rather poor deliveries. But it's been a befitting game. It's befitted the tournament in that respect. And it must be so disappointing, not only for Aftab Alam, but also Asghar Afghan, the captain there, who's now being forced to be interviewed by Dean Jones, I think it is.
Oh, really? Oh, God. That's a worse...
That's a worse way than losing the game, isn't it? Absolutely. Bear, I need the phone. What did I have done? Oh, it's in my pocket. I'm going to have to...
You need to come to this chair.
I will have to come into that
possibly.
chair. Do you want to move this way, and I'll keep
Yes.
talking, and then when you get here, you can grab my mic, and you can then take up the relay wibbling.
Yeah, so we've seen 2 contrasting games today, I think you'd have to say. One where India basically did as they pleased against Bangladesh, won the game very easily, and a much tighter affair that we've just witnessed the end of between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Pakistan coming out on top thanks to, it came to an end pretty quickly in the end. 2 First 2 balls of the last over went for a 6 and 4, and that did it for them. And Shoaib Malik was the man to take them home. And how old's Shoaib now? He must be about like.
I think he's 30. I think he's 36.
Yeah,
I think he is. You know, I mean, he's a fit-looking bloke, isn't he? I mean, there's not a scrap of fat on him.
So more meat on a jockey's whip.
Yes, indeed. Well, we're just going to
try. Same
could
be said for MS Dhoni, who we saw earlier on, still playing his trade for India. I'm amazed in a way that that Dhoni still plays for India in the one-day game, although he is one of the all-time greats. Of course, he is.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just going to try and get the see if I can get the scorecard up from that game. It's a bit distant. I can't see very well. I've got. I can't see with my glasses on or off. I'm hoping we're going to hear from Dr. Kashif shortly. I'm hoping he's going to ring through, and that we can go over what this game has meant to him.
If he's just about caught his breath after
that. Yes, absolutely.
Would you like the scorecard from the earlier game, Hando? Is that what you're after?
Well, we could start on that, couldn't we? And if we get
this game.
Let's do this game. Let's do India Bangladesh, the dull one.
Well, it was a very professional job that India did on Bangladesh. Bangladesh scored 173 all out, losing their last wicket from the first ball of the 50th over. Not really much to report on the batting front for them, although there was a little mini rally in the lower middle order with Mahdi Hassan and Ashraf Mortaza scoring 42 and 26 respectively. Bhuvi Kumar bowled exceptionally well, very disciplined, 3 for 32. Jasprit Bumrah 3 for 37, and Ravi Jadeja, as he always does, taking loads of wickets, 4 for 29.
We've got Dr. Kashif on the line. Hello, Doctor. Oh, hang on, I've got to plug you in first.
Just about to plug in Dr. Ansari.
Hello, Doctor. Hello, we just got to put a few. Hello, we're good. Well, that was. We're just waiting to get the correct wire into the correct hole, and then we'll be able to talk to you properly. Have we? Can you hear me? Hello, Dr. Ansari.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. Hello. Well,
yes.
What do you make of that? I mean, we can go through the game in a minute, but just in terms of the emotional impact of that game, it swung one way and the other, didn't it?
You bet. After a very, very long time, I have personally witnessed the best game of my life.
Really?
You will not believe the heart rate racing, the nerves are up and down, and the heart is fluttering. Everything from the hundreds and thousands of people in the stadium, because we had crowds from both sides, and they were very vocal. And Pakistan did everything good until the run out. And after that, we saw that the tumbling of Pakistan batting lineup. But in my opinion, hats off to Afghanistan. I want to salute this team that within the past 16 to 18 months, they have really, really traveled miles of distance. They have really done very good for themselves. And we have a team in the making for the future. World should watch out for them.
Oh yes, absolutely. They've really announced themselves, haven't they? And I think even looking as far ahead as the World Cup next year, it makes you think what they could do when they're in England. It could be great fun, couldn't it? But I mean, looking at that game with, I suppose, as a cricket fan, you've looked at that and you've loved it for the drama and for the skill that's been played out, that have been on view out there. As a Pakistan fan, I mean, how are you dealing with that in the last few overs? I guess you're appreciating the cricket from Afghanistan, but there's a part of you that's desperate for Pakistan to win as well.
Well, I tell you, Pakistan did reasonably well, but Pakistan created pressures on themselves. In 50 overs, they only had 12 boundaries and 5 sixes. 5 sixes were basically when they were pushed to the wall.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to only have 12 boundaries when you are a set batsman. They were overcautious at times, but that was okay. However, I think that was made by the Afghan captain, keeping Rashid Khan's over till very end. They could have really gone for a kill in the middle overs when Pakistanis were milking 2, 3, 4 runs each over and getting themselves set. I think the platform was set by these two guys, Imamul Haq and Babar Azam, but they could have easily been captured through the through the bowling of Rashid Khan or even Mujib. Mujib could have been brought in a little earlier, and I don't understand why the Afghani captain was keeping them behind.
Well, it's interesting you said that, and we were talking, weren't we, during the break about the doubts over Sarfraz's captaincy, but we also had a couple of people tweeting in to us today not particularly happy with the captaincy of Asghar Afghan, but I guess he's much less experienced at this level of the game, isn't he? So you've got to hope that he's going to develop.
Exactly. So it's not really bad, but it's a learning curve. You have to realize that this team is in the process of making. This captain is learning every day. So whatever they did, they took the game to the last over. And in my opinion, trust me, at one point in like the second last over, it was a done deal for Pakistan. They could have been knocked out. However, that sixth, which was played by Hassan Ali, turned the table one more time for Pakistan.
That's right.
So I think the Afghan captain will learn over time, and he will become better and better.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about the drama and the highs and lows of cricket, I mean, how badly do we feel for poor old Aftab Alam at the end of that? I mean, he was just inconsolable. I don't know if you saw on your monitor or you could see at the ground there, he was down, he was hiding his face in the top of his shirt. It was almost like, and also, of course, the two Pakistan batsmen were down there trying to console him, but he wouldn't have any of it. I mean, how is that going to be have a terrible effect on him? One would hope not.
Exactly. No, you're right. But I think he will take some serious experience out of this game, and as the tournament progresses, he will get better and better. But I'm really impressed with the side. The whole crowd had the fun and entertainment, and they got their money worth. I'll tell you that every individual who started watching the game never left the scene until the last boundary was hit by Shoaib Malik. Well,
it's absolutely right. I mean, it's interesting you raised that point. I mean, we were watching the India-Bangladesh game earlier as well, and within sort of with India only needing another 60 or 70 to win, the crowd was off. They were done with it. It was almost like a foregone conclusion. So in one respect, we've finally got a game in this tournament that has brought us to our feet, really, haven't we? We've been waiting for a close game, and this is what we got today in Abu Dhabi.
That's exactly right. We were anxiously waiting for a tough fight like this, but I tell you what, Pakistan should blame themselves for this. They gave away good 30-40 extra runs in the death overs, which is not the way they have been bowling in the past. They are supposed to be the best in the world in the death overs. But the way Shinwari bowled, the Shaheen Afridi bowled, I believe that they gave 30-40 extra runs. And Afghanistan could have been easily contained with 210, 215. And that wouldn't have been a big deal when Pakistan goes out to that. But they conceded extra runs, and as a result of that, the extra pressure was mounted. And that is what happened with that we ended up getting into the last over of the game.
But they will presumably take a lot out of this, Pakistan, in the fact that they've shown and they've proven to themselves that they can come through in a pressure situation. Even if they created that pressure themselves, they've actually proved that they can go out and get themselves over the line.
Exactly. Well, it's a very good learning curve. I think this will boost their confidence a whole lot before the Sunday's game against India. However, they need to revisit their team selection in the batting order. Right. Pakistan should have played Shadab. Unfortunately, he is unfit. Hopefully, he'll be okay to bowl and play on Sunday's game. Then Nawaz did pretty good. Harith Sohail was good. He was very decent. But Shinwari, having two new kids for such a crucial game at the same time. In fact, three kids: Hassan, Nawaz, Shinwari, and what was his name? The third left armer, Shaheen Afridi. Yeah. All three new kids playing their first game of the tournament, all important game. I would have kept at least either Amir or maybe I would have kept the Fahim Ashraf, because look at the death overs. Shinwari was all over the place. So was Shaheen Afridi. They could have easily done a little better with some experience. However, this is a great learning curve for those bowlers as well. But the way Imamul Haq and Babar Azam played after the loss of Fakhr Zaman early, that should go in the golden papers. I think it was a fantastic effort. They played every ball on their merits, and that is something to take home.
Paul Howarth again is another of our commentators that's here alongside me, and I think he has a question for you as well.
Yeah, hi again, Dr. Ansari. Nice to speak to you again. I'm just after our conversation earlier today. Fantastic game, of course. But one thing that we were discussing earlier on is the captaincy.
I can't hear him. Can you tell him what he's tell me what he's talking about?
Yeah, sorry. I don't think we've got the correct connection there. What I think he's trying to ask you is seeing Shoaib Malik perform so well today, and we were talking in our earlier conversation at the mid-innings break that if Sarfraz was to be forced to step down, if things didn't go quite right over the next few days, that Shoaib Malik would be the man to step up. And of course, he was the man out there today, and he was the man keeping the coolest of heads.
Exactly, and that will raise a lot of questions in the Pakistani media and Pakistan cricket followers that Shoaib Malik has been the man-to-go man for the past many years, especially the last couple of years. He has kept his fitness, he has kept his cool, he's performed, he has delivered, and today he won the game and pretty much kept the tournament alive for Pakistan. And when the real time to get some runs and prove yourself, Sarfraz came in the game and disappointed his fans. That is not going to go very well with his fans and with the media. This is the second time in a row within 3 days span, Sarfraz could have done a lot better. So when it comes to performance and delivering and winning matches for Pakistan, there may be a good case of asking Sarfraz that what do you want to do? They have to find somebody to keep the wicket, and if that is so, then there will be a case of Malik to become the captain.
Yes, indeed. I mean, he finished off the game and he went to 50 in the process. So let's look forward just briefly then to that game on Sunday. They'll take renewed confidence into that. They know that they let themselves down on Wednesday. They've just got to go in with a more solid kind of approach, haven't they? They've got to do more what the coaches have told them to do, they've been instilled with. They've just got to show just a little bit more stickability, I suppose.
Exactly. The only thing is that they must have gained a lot of confidence from this game today, but they will be still nervy. They will be still shaky in the dressing room, knowing that they are fighting against India, who has won all their matches. And last time, the way India played against Pakistan and the way they treated Pakistan, that will be at the back of their mind. However, this game must boost a lot of confidence for Pakistani fans and Pakistan dressing room. I hope they will keep the same side and just include Shadab, maybe in place of Shaheen Afridi, right, and then go in and take advantage of the slow tracks.
Yeah, so that would give them an extra, top line spinner, wouldn't it? Nawaz bowled really well today, and Shadab would come in, and we expect him to bowl well, but almost as a course these days.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's going to be an absolutely thrilling, we hope, game again on Sunday, and we'll be talking to you before the game, during the game, and after the game once more to give your opinions on what's going on out there. Thank you very much for joining us today, Dr. Ansari. We will.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
We will be speaking to you again on Sunday. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers. That's Dr. Kashif Ansari, Pakistan cricket observer of the Pakistan cricket team over many years, a man who has involvement with one of the PSL franchises as well. He's out in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, giving us the wisdom of his opinions, and he'll be here on Sunday also to give us more of those opinions. It's been a really long day. I've got an absolutely throbbing headache. I'm going to need to have at least 13 Panadol. But Grubby is here for just one more comment on what's gone on here today. We were disappointed with the game that we had in Dubai, India. Very comfortable winners, but we made up for it with this one.
Well, yeah. Listen, it's a tournament. It takes its time to get to get to a certain point. You can't always guarantee there's going to be an exciting game, and let's be honest, it wasn't an exciting game because India won the game against Bangladesh very easily. But the one that we've just seen the end of, Pakistan-Afghanistan, was an absolute thriller, really, wasn't it? And you could see with the reaction of the players at the end there, the Pakistani players were utterly delighted, and the poor old Afghan players were beside themselves. And that, dear listeners, is the beauty of life and sport.
It is indeed. So that's about it from us today. We've had great work done by Manny Cohen, and he wasn't even angry. He's hobbled in on barely 1 foot. Done wonderful stuff. Tony Bishop has been with us today as well. The Bear, as ever, has done sterling work technically and on commentary. And Grubby himself, Paul Howarth, is a shell. He's put so much into today. He can barely speak.
I'm quite vacant.
He's dribbling.
I'm pretty vacant.
All sorts of harm has come to him, but hopefully we will cheer him up on the way home. Right, okay, that's it. We'll join us again. It's going to be India, Pakistan.
I don't know about you, I can't wait for that, Hendo.
Well, I won't be here. I'm very sad to say. I've got to go and do the day job, which doesn't happen very often anymore, unfortunately. But you will be here.
Yep.
We will also have Knackle. We will have Dave Brooke.
Marvellous.
And another that I can't think. The name escapes me for the time.
Is it Tony again?
No, Tony's away on holiday again. Well, anyway, there's been a crowd of about 4 or 5, maybe. Here.
What social media for
Atif. I'm sorry, Atif, of course. We'll have, you'll be surrounded by India and Pakistan
beautiful.
commentators, straight fans.
Cannot wait for that.
That's going to be so great. I'm so jealous that I'm going to miss that. I really am. I'm just getting into this tournament. I must say though, the Bear, that to the Bear, that the theme tune has gone missing off the. I can't see a bloody thing. My glasses have steamed up. I can see some short beds. I can't actually see the theme tune. Someone has got rid of the theme tune, so we can't go. We've got to stay. We've got to stay forever.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to sing it live for 12 hours.
No, we can't have that.
Imagine that.
Got to find it, Bear, quickly. Find it before that happens. Anyway, join us again on Sunday. It's about 12 o'clock. We'll be starting off. Dave Brooke will be talking to Dr. Ansari to get his opinions from the ground. And then the action will commence. And Pakistan are still in the tournament. It's still all to play for. India unbeaten, and Pakistan looking for revenge for that thrashing they took on Wednesday. The Bear has finally found the theme tune. We're just waiting for it to click into place. And now we're going to say farewell.
Goodbye. We're leaving you.
No, it's sticking. Oh, okay. Chaos at the beginning, chaos at the end.
Take guard, man the barricades, patrol the cover boundary. At last the time has come, this is a cricketing